All right, man. This is what y'all wanted. That's what y'all can get. So the eliminated tier, unfortunately, Chicago joins the list. Tough one. It was actually pretty hilarious. Some dude tweeted last week after the Broncos shoot game, if the Bears lose like this next week, I'll never get on Twitter again. And then the Bears lose on a blocked field goal to win the game. Chicago, do the right thing. Get Eberflus out of there. Get you a coach for Caleb Williams so you don't ruin his career like you ruined every other quarterback you've ever drafted or used. But yeah, Chicago, it's a dumpster fire franchise over there. It's just straight poverty. This is why I didn't have no faith that Caleb, would switch things. Now, first run. Oh, what's that on the right? That's the Colts trying to sneak on the ladder. Because did y'all peep? Anthony Richardson back,
Yeah.
He actually had a really good game.
Yeah, he did.
That's what happens when you let your rookie quarterback try to grow. So, no, they're not in the window shutting category. But they could possibly inch their way back onto the ladder because they're technically not out of it. And they showed some promise. This week, they got the line. So, could they pull an upset? I don't know. But first rung, man, window shutting. What did I tell y'all? You lose 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. That's just a lot for a team, especially when you have basically all the same players that went through both those losses. Super Bowl hangover is real. The 49ers season is over with. They are now only can get even within the division, so they're going to be looking up for the rest of the way. They basically can't really lose again, or they're not making the NFC playoffs with the records that currently sit in the NFC standings. And as for the Bengals, Joe Burrow said, every year that I'm there, the Super Bowl window is open. That's not the case in this league, man. I know it's not his fault completely. Ownership definitely, hold him with their moves this offseason, still haven't signed Chase. But Joe Burrow did have the ball 3 times to go take the lead. Don't settle for field goals. Go get a touchdown. He didn't do it. That's been the story much of this season. Their window is shutting for this current roster and current coaching staff. 49ers and Bengals might both be looking to do a clean sweep once this season is over with, because this has been a failure of major proportions. But next rung, let's get to it, man. Somebody, anybody, please, NFC South, dog. The Falcons are not what Cam expected them to be. That defense is horrendous. Tampa Bay, you're on a bye, but someone's got to win this NFC South. But if they don't get it together, there's a real scenario where it'll be in contention for the Panthers and the Saints still if these two teams don't start winning. But somebody's got to take the NFC South. Worst division of football once again. Staying alive. Rams, Seahawks, Dolphins all get wins this week and much needed. They stay alive for playoff contention. Rams whooped up on the Patriots. Stafford looked good with Kupp and Nakua. Seahawks with the upset over San Francisco. Geno with the walk-off touchdown run. And Miami, you played the Raiders, so props to you. 4-6. They got to win every game basically to try to sneak into the AFC. So these teams stayed alive. They did what they needed to do in week 11. They're right there to still potentially still last second wild card. Next round. Best second place teams. I think we have a valid argument. The AFC West is the best division in football this year. We didn't think that coming in. But the Broncos and Chargers are actually really good football teams. You see the Broncos whooping up on the Falcons this week, and Bo Nix, honestly, should be rookie of the year favorite as of right now, with Jaden Daniels slipping a bit. And the Chargers, that was a classic game where they usually charger it up. And they almost did, but they didn't. You got to give them props. That's changing the culture with Harbaugh. These are the best second place team in the league, because one of them is going to get second in the AFC West, and honestly, the third probably gets the 7th seed. Chargers moved to 7-3, Broncos 6-5. They're right there. It's all in front of them, and they got some pretty, not easy, but fairly easy schedules to end the season. They can definitely hold their weight and make the playoffs, both of them. Next run. Malfunction. Look at that. All right. Dim and dimmer. Minnesota, Washington. It's to the point, yeah, we know who these teams are. Minnesota, at the end of the day, we know what Sam Darnold can do, and it's not much, which is sad. And Washington, man, Dad, I hate if you're watching this, but y'all just can't beat winning teams. And what did I tell y'all? Cliff Kingsbury cannot coach. He does this every year. You start off good on offense, and then by the end of the year, it just looks very stale. Jaden Daniels, all these passing plays behind the line of scrimmage is not working anymore. It's all vanilla. You need better stuff. They have more than enough talent to do better, But Cliff Kingsbury is not doing better. And somehow, some way, I just know this man is going to get an NFL head coaching job after the season's over. And it'll probably end up ruining Caleb Williams' career if it's in Chicago, because he doesn't deserve a coaching position. But here we are. Cardinals had a bye this week, but just to remind everybody, Black Ops 6, belt to ass. Ever since Black Ops 6 dropped, Cardinals are 3-0. Kyler Murray has been in his bag. That's what he does. I'm sure he's been going off on Black Ops 6 in his free time, and then he's been going off on the field when he's there. Cardinals lead the NFC West, and with the 49ers dropping another game in division, it is theirs for the taking. And they got the Seahawks this week, so they can really kind of put a stamp on it. Next rung, Young Guns. They look better this week. Packers, tough divisional game, but they got the win. That's all you need. Divisional games are always going to be tough. Texans, after that, lousy game to the Jets, they get back right. And then, the 5 interception game, they still lose to the Lions. Cowboys are the get right game for everybody this year. They got right. Young Guns look good. Jordan Love, CJ Stroud. I wouldn't put Super Bowl expectations on this team, but they have Super Bowl ceilings. They can be sleeper teams, dark horse teams that couldn't make it far in the playoffs. You just want to see them get healthier and get, build a little momentum as this season comes to a close, headed into the playoffs. Next run. Cautiously concerned, man. Listen, Baltimore, I love y'all. I love Lamar. But when you play the Chiefs, when you play the Steelers, when you play in the playoffs, Lamar plays his worst football. And if you're ever going to get over that hump and make the Super Bowl, you cannot be playing your worst football against the best team in the conference, one of the best teams in your division, the best team right now, and the playoffs when you need your best performance. Lamar, you got to get it together. I want to defend you so bad, but you make it so hard at times. It's like, bruh, just ball out. And for the love of God, run the ball. You have Derrick Henry. There's no reason he shouldn't be getting 20 carries a game. But yet here we are, a game with 13 carries. Put the ball in Lamar's hands, you lose versus Steelers. Rinse and repeat. This has been happening for the last 2.5 years. Maybe one day they'll learn, but for now we're cautiously concerned. Next rung, the Pennsylvania powerhouses. Pittsburgh and Philly, they look real right now. Pittsburgh has an argument that they could be the best team in the AFC or the second best team in the AFC. It's an argument. George Pickens is a literal menace on the field. And I love watching him play. Russell Wilson, he's been looking good. That defense is stellar. TJ Watt probably headed for another defensive player of the year if we keep it in a buck and it's not rigged. And then Philly, Saquon Barkley, they won't do it because it's a quarterback award, but Saquon Barkley deserves an MVP nod. He has literally changed that team around. Over 150 plus all-purpose yards again. He is the heart and soul of that team. And it just sucks because every time he gets to the 1 yard line, he's not getting rewarded with a touchdown because they got to go push. But he should have about 7 more touchdowns on the season if the Eagles were into that. But Saquon doesn't care because he's such a team player. So that's a credit to him. But yeah, there's some powerhouses in Pennsylvania. They're looking sharp as the season nears. Next run. America's champs, man. Round of applause, Bills. You did it. You won your Super Bowl. America loves you. You dethroned the Chiefs. Yeah, let's hang the banner. We beat them for a 4th year in a row in the regular season. Josh Allen, best quarterback we've ever seen to hang the banner. Okay. Stand on that. If that's how you feel, stand on that. We'll revisit this in January. But for the next couple months, y'all get to be America's champs as usual. But we've seen this before. Next rung. Who's there?
I'm standing now.
The Chiefs don't sit atop the rung this week, man.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Listen, man. I understand it now. We've been skating by, winning. Oh, we don't have to play our best because we can still win at the end of the day. But we needed a wake-up call. People start talking about undefeated seasons, making the 1 seed early. That was all bad. We weren't playing our good football. We needed to get our ass whooped. And quite frankly, it needed to be by the Bills because that lights a fire under the whole Chiefs. Because, again, we have to listen to all these talks about Buffalo being better, Josh Allen being better. Patrick Mahomes, he hears it. Hopefully. Get it together throwing the damn deep ball to Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy, get your damn feet in bounds. My God. Travis Kelce, I don't know if Taylor Swift need to put it on you, but come on, let's pick it up. You looking old. But I understand it now. Chiefs won't lose another game for the rest of the year. I'm just telling y'all right now. Unless we're able to rest everybody last week, the Chiefs won't lose another game. Y'all woke the beast. Y'all were complaining about them not winning the right way and not doing it. They always have this type of loss towards the middle or end of the season, and then they go on a run. I'm calling it right here. We can come back to this. Chiefs will not lose another game unless we rest people week 7 or week 18. But headed into week 12 for the first time ever, a new team sits atop LJ's ladder, man. Congrats to the Lions, man. Belt to ass 52-6 on the Jaguars. They're the best team in the league. No doubts about it. But listen to this, Detroit. It kind of sucks. It's like a catch-22 because you are the best team right now, whooping everybody. Jared Goff on fire. He should be atop the MVP standings as well. Dan Campbell changed the culture. One of the best coaches in the league, if not the best coach right now. Everybody believes. You're whooping everybody. Last year it was like, okay, we haven't been to the NFC Championship in like 20 years. If we get there, like, it's a successful season, and y'all did. Should have made it to the Super Bowl, but you lost. Now this year with the ass whoopings y'all putting on people, it's truly Super Bowl or bust. And if y'all don't get the Super Bowl, that's going to be very painful because you're going to be like, damn, this was like our best season. Can we repeat this? So now, welcome to the big leagues. Y'all here. Can y'all run the table for the rest of the way? Y'all look like y'all can, but once we get to the playoffs, that's another story. It's any given Sunday at that point. You slip up, you don't get a second chance, but y'all deserve y'all's props. Y'all sit atop LJ's ladder. Eric says, how far will they drop if they go down in season? They won't drop. They won't drop far. But yeah, man, that's LJ's ladder headed into week 12. My Chiefs got dethroned. Hey, man, it is what it is. How y'all feeling about this one? I was man of my word. Went in there, talked to leadership. Leadership was trying to keep the Chiefs up top, just because their history and everything they've done. But I'm like, no, man, we have to be unbiased. Chiefs aren't the best team right now. Will they be at the end of the season? Probably so. But right now, they're not the best.
I gotta say it, man. I'm pretty proud of you, man. I'm pretty proud. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm pretty proud. I thought you would at least have them in the same rung, but man, you put them in a rung below, and that's surprising.
I gotta light a fire under my Chiefs. They can't come to play. They gotta come more alert. You seen it was when we went down 14-23. That was the first time you seen us feel like back against the wall, urgent. We gotta score now. We put together the most crisp drive. We looked like the playoff Chiefs. Where it's like, okay, it's go time, no BSing. But then when you were walking out the restaurant, like I said, we should have went for 2 because I knew Buffalo was gonna go down and score another touchdown. That way we could be down 8 if we got the 2. They didn't do it. It is what it is. Buffalo, like I said, they won their Super Bowl. We possibly could see them again in the playoffs, but honestly, I'm gonna call this here right now too. I don't think Buffalo makes it to the AFC Championship this year still. Like, people are like, oh, they're the best team now because they beat us. Styles make fights. They've been built to beat us since we stomped them in the AFC Championship game 5 years ago. Versus everybody else in the NFL that's good teams, they're still not that great. Like, they got whooped by the Ravens. Me and Cam watched them get whooped in Josh Allen's worst game. Pittsburgh, I don't think they have them on the schedule, but they might see them in the playoffs, and they got a defense. Josh Allen is 1-4 in the divisional for a week for a reason. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops out of there again. But for now, like I said, they get their victory lap. They're going to act like they're on top of the world. And that's what I'm saying, like I've been saying all year, stand on that, Buffalo fans, Bills Mafia. If you're watching this, stand on that. When it comes to playoff time, I don't want to hear no excuses about, oh, it's McDermott. It's the defense. Y'all have the best team, you say. You have the best quarterback. Go win in the playoffs. No excuses. Because we don't get those. So, hey, it is what it is. But also, I hope y'all saw on that last touchdown they had, the offensive pass interference that didn't get called. But, hey, the refs only rig stuff for the Chiefs. I don't know. There's no outrage about that, but we'll see how it goes. So, headed into week 12, LJ's ladder, man. That's what it is. Appreciate y'all listening. Like I said, we had to be truthful. We had to be unbiased. You know, Chiefs don't deserve to be number one on the ladder, so they can't be number one on the ladder, man.
I need it.